Ben Fairhall over at his blog Battling the Behemoth pointed out this interesting sync involving the Nintendo GameCube logo and the compass and the square design with the G in the center of the Freemasons. The G inside the compass and the square is generally believed to stand for God or geometry. I have recently started thinking of this G as rather standing for gate, as in Stargate. I find some support for this hypothesis in the logo of the G8 summit for the 2002 Canadian meeting. The letter G and the number 8 then become a play on the word gate, and as we can see here, the pyramids, the 3 pyramids in the background, are a part of this gate symbolism. Further explanation of the significance of the G and the 8 can be found in my octagon video. Inside the octagon, we see George Washington, a Freemason, presiding over the Capitol cornerstone laying ceremony. The wooden tripod in this ceremony the Freemasons call a Lewis. Researcher Ralph Ellis believes that this device is descended from a similar one that would open and shut the Great Pyramid of Giza. This cuboid stone, used in the corner laying ceremony and suspended by the Lewis, is thus a representation of the plug of the door of a pyramid. If the pyramids were, as I suspect, ritualistic initiation chambers, inside which priests, chief architects, and pharaohs would ingest entheogens and travel through the stargate of cosmic illumination, then the cuboid stone, sometimes called the perfect ashlar, is the door to the stargate. If we bear that context in mind and look at the design of the Nintendo GameCube logo again, a very mysterious, synchromistic connection can be made. We see the G, which I have connected to the word gate, inside the cube, the Masonic representation of the Stargate. Nintendo's flagship character, game, and the best-selling video game of all time is Mario Brothers. As players of the game will know, and as the image above attests to, Mario frequently takes the Amanita muscaria type magic mushroom inside of him, which sometimes gives him new life and other magical properties.
It's me, Mario!
While ingesting magic mushrooms, Mario is often seen traveling through wormholes, portals, and stargates. I recently shared my viewpoint that the pharaohs and the priests of Egypt were eating mushrooms and opening stargates inside the pyramids. In a 1989 cartoon based on the Mario Brothers game, the entheogenic reality of ancient Egypt is synchromistically made plain. We further find synchronicities that resonate with the ideas put forward by researchers like Ralph Ellis and Michael Tsarion. Ideas such as the Hebrew slaves during the Exodus being, in actual fact, the Egyptian worshippers of the constellation Aries, under the rule of the Hyksos shepherd kings.
Commandment number 2. Thou shalt hire no plumbers. Mamma mia, look at
A good example of this is seen in the clip above, where the 10 Commandments are issued by the Pharaoh and written on Egyptian-type stone stela. This is a far more likely scenario than the one we hear in the biblical narrative. Amazing synchromistic proof is found for the entheogenic nature of Exodus. As we see in this scene, the alleged Hebrew slaves living inside Amanita muscaria type magic mushrooms and even being called the Mushroom People.
Looks like all the mushroom people vanished!
We also see how our Stargate traveler, Mario, and his friends, who include an anthropomorphized magic mushroom, are locked up inside the pyramid by the evil Koopa Pharaoh. Andrija Puharic, the man most famous for bringing psychic Uri Geller to the United States for investigation, and inseparable from the mysterious The Nine, wrote this early work, The Sacred Mushroom, Key to the Door of Eternity. The book details Puerich's association with a sculptor called Harry Stone. Stone is claimed to have unusually acute extrasensory perception and would spontaneously lapse into deep trance states, under which he gained the ability to speak and write in ancient Egyptian. He claimed to be a highborn Egyptian Rahotep of the pyramid-building era, and divulged that magic mushrooms were part of the rituals of Giza. His description of the effects of this ritual reads, "Opening the door, enter it, disappear through it, but it's only for those who know." Predictably, I view this description as a clear stargate opening and traveling through the door of cosmic illumination. Okay, so here we see the Ark of the Covenant, a cubic structure, I might add, being discovered by Harrison Ford and John Rhys Davies in the Indiana Jones film Raiders of the Lost Ark. In my previous video, Moses, 9/11, and the Magic Mushroom, I said that perhaps inside this cuboid box was kept the sacred sacrament of the magic mushroom. Now I would like to use a technique pivotal to synchromysticism. It is called composite character identification. To do this, we take different roles that the same actor has played and keep them in mind when we view a certain scene. The idea being that an actor carries the resonance of any role he has played into the identity of any other character in any other scene. Here we see John Rhys Davies in the 1995 television series Sliders, in which he can be found jumping through vortices, water doors, or as I like to call them, stargates. In the film Star Wars, Harrison Ford, as Han Solo, travels through the stars in the Millennium Falcon. This is made possible by a technology explained as jumping to light speed through hyperspace. Visually, this jump to hyperspace is represented as the stars turning into streaks of light and moving across the concentric circle design of the Millennium Falcon's cockpit window. This, quite simply, is a stargate. Mysteriously, we can now see that both our Raiders of the Lost Ark resonate synchromystically with stargates. I believe that this mystical resonance is giving us a clue as to the nature of the Ark of the Covenant. A clue that I would interpret this way. The secret is that the Ark of the Covenant contained the key of the ancient Egyptian priests to the stargate. The cubic Ark of the Covenant, the cuboid plug to the pyramids of Giza, and the Nintendo GameCube logo are symbols of the stargate. Now things get a little weird. In another episode of the Mario Brothers cartoon, Raiders of the Lost Mushroom, Mario, with his mushroom friend, enlists the help of an Indiana Jones type character to find the lost mushroom.
Treasure hunter!
Can you help us find the lost mushroom?
This is simply amazing synchromistic confirmation of the idea of an entheogenic substance inside the Ark, as we have Indiana Jones, the Ark of the Covenant, and the Magic Mushroom all connected intimately in one scene. The 9/11 event can be seen as a mega ritual, evoking the pyramids of Giza and invoking a stargate, the goal of which is to contact higher intelligence. The 1993 film Super Mario Bros. Brings the twin towers of the World Trade Center into play. The partly destroyed towers, reminiscent of the 9/11 event, are seen in Mushroom Land after our heroes travel through a water door type stargate. Ben Fairhall points out another wonderful box that opens up gates or doorways. We see it in the Hellraiser franchise. Are we now lost in a labyrinth of apathenia, or have we discovered a message embedded in the fabric of space-time? The replacement of the World Trade Center, the octagonal Freedom Tower, rests on a perfect cube. Does the completion of this building in 2012 represent the ending of the Stargate mega ritual started on 9/11? The initiation of the new age through the destruction of the pillars of Solomon's Temple. The Hellraiser free poster features the opened Stargate puzzle box and the twin pillars of Boaz and Jachin. Ben Fairhall again illuminates that this film was released on September 11th, 1992. For more information, go to the Brave New World Order. Thank you.